The possibility of Deebo Samuel being traded to the Dallas Cowboys has sparked significant discussion in the NFL world, particularly given the Cowboys' historical reluctance to make big offseason moves. This report highlights not only the potential impact of such a trade, but also the broader implications for the Cowboys' strategy, their roster-building philosophy, and the dynamics of the NFC. The Cowboys' off-season approach. Historically, the Dallas Cowboys have been cautious in free agency, preferring to re-sign their own players rather than pursue high-profile acquisitions. Over the past 5 seasons, their biggest free agent signing was Gerald McCoy's 3-year, $18 million deal in 2020. Similarly, their biggest trade acquisition was wide receiver Brandon Cooks, who has averaged only 36 receiving yards per game in his tenure with the team. This pattern has led many analysts to criticize the franchise for failing to be aggressive in improving the roster. Key off-season priorities. Before any potential trade, the Cowboys need to address several financial and personnel concerns. Dak Prescott's contract. His $90 million cap hit must be restructured to create financial flexibility. The restructuring would allow them to lock in Micah Parsons, their defensive cornerstone, with a record-breaking deal for an edge rusher. Fixing the running game and defensive line. The Cowboys have struggled with stopping the run and running the ball effectively. Addressing these weaknesses will likely be a priority in the draft, but free agency acquisitions could also be considered. Adding a reliable number 2 receiver. CeeDee Lamb has emerged as an elite WR1, but the offense lacks a strong complementary piece. This is where Deebo Samuel enters the conversation. The case for trading for Deebo Samuel. Samuel is one of the most versatile offensive weapons in the NFL. He can play both wide receiver and running back, making him an ideal fit for a Cowboys offense looking to maximize flexibility. If Dallas were to acquire him, the offense would revolve around a 3-headed attack featuring Prescott, Lamb, and Samuel. Positional versatility. Samuel's ability to line up in the backfield, in the slot, or outside provides multiple ways to attack defenses. Physical play style. The Cowboys need more toughness in their offensive scheme, and Samuel's yards after catch ability would add another dimension to the team. Insurance against injuries. If Tony Pollard departs in free agency or if the running back group underperforms, Samuel could take on some of those responsibilities. Challenges of a Deebo Samuel trade. While the benefits of adding Samuel are clear, several factors make this move complex. Cap space. Samuel carries a significant contract, and fitting him under the salary cap would require financial maneuvering, including potential restructures of existing deals. Cost of acquisition. The 49ers would likely demand high draft capital, which the Cowboys may be hesitant to give up. Health concerns. Samuel has dealt with injuries in the past, which could make the Cowboys wary of investing heavily in him. NFC landscape and the Cowboys' position. The NFC East has traditionally been a 2-team race between the Cowboys and the Eagles. However, the rise of the Washington Commanders and their increasing competitiveness means the Cowboys must be proactive in improving their roster to stay ahead. Eagles' aggressiveness. Philadelphia has consistently made bold moves in free agency and the draft, particularly in securing long-term deals for key players. Commanders' rebuild. With new ownership and a likely quarterback change, Washington is positioning itself to be a threat in the coming years. If the Cowboys remain passive, they risk falling behind in a division that is no longer just about their rivalry with the Eagles. Final thoughts. From an American football perspective, the potential trade for Deebo Samuel represents a shift in philosophy for the Cowboys. If they genuinely believe they are in a championship window, making an aggressive move for a player like Samuel would signal their intent to compete at the highest level. However, given their conservative track record in free agency and trades, there is skepticism about whether the front office will pull the trigger. Ultimately, the decision comes down to whether Dallas is willing to break away from its history of financial caution and truly go all in on building a Super Bowl-caliber team. If they fail to act decisively, the gap between them and other NFC contenders may only widen.